Um, but before I get out of here, I definitely wanted to talk about what happened in the Emmitt Till case this week. A Mississippi grand jury has declined to indict the white woman whose accusations set off the lynching of black teenager Emmitt Till nearly 70 years ago, most likely closing the case that shocked the nation and galvanized the modern civil rights movement. After hearing more than 7 hours of testimony from investigators and witnesses, a LaFleur County grand jury last week determined that there was insufficient evidence to indict Carolyn Bryant Dunham on charges of kidnapping and manslaughter, LaFleur County District Attorney Dwayne Richardson said in a news release on Tuesday. The decision comes despite recent revelations about an unserved arrest warrant and the 87-year-old Dunham's unpublished memoir. Now, the Reverend Wheeler Parker Jr., Emmitt Till's cousin and last living witness to Till's August 28, 1955 abduction, said on Tuesday that the announcement is unfortunate but predictable. The prosecutor tried his best and we appreciate his efforts, but he alone cannot undo hundreds of years of anti-black systems that guaranteed those who killed Emmitt Till would go unpunished to this day, Reverend Parker said in a statement. The fact remains that the people who abducted, tortured, and murdered Emmitt did so in plain sight, and our American justice system was and continues to be set up in such a way that they could not be brought to justice for their heinous crimes. Ollie Gordon, another one of Till's cousins, told the Associated Press that some justice had been served in the Till case despite the grand jury's decision. Mr. Gordon said that justice is not always locking somebody up and throwing the keys away. Miss Dunham has not gone to jail, but in many ways, I don't think she's had a pleasant life. I think each day she wakes up, she has to face the atrocities that have come because of her actions. Wow. Look, this is exactly what Brother Yeshitela was saying a few minutes ago, the chairman of the African People's Socialist Party. We have never needed Russia to tell us that America was racist as hell and was giving us a raw deal in this country. We have never needed Russia for that, folks. We have never needed Russia or anybody else to tell us how racist things could be in the United States of America. We don't need China to tell us that. A lot of conservatives blame white liberals for that. Oh, if it wasn't for, the liberals, the liberal media is purposely being divisive and turning black people against white people. Dude, we watched the video of George Floyd for 9 minutes having a knee on his neck. I don't need Don Lemon or Anderson Cooper to tell me to be outraged about that. I don't need Rachel Maddow to tell me to be upset because I watched a man have the life choked out of him while he screamed for his dead mother in front of the whole world. And you want to know the most jacked up thing about the George Floyd case is this. If it was not for a 17-year-old young black girl, I forget what her name was. I wish I could remember it so I can give her props. But this girl had the wherewithal to take her phone out and film George Floyd's arrest at the hands of Derek Chauvin. And she got that 9 minutes while this man was crying for his dead mother on her cell phone, and she uploaded it to Facebook. If that young girl had not done that, Derek Chauvin would be just like Carolyn Bryant Dunham right now. He would be at home chilling. And we'd be trying to figure out how to get some sort of alternative justice. Well, I don't think he's happy with himself. Sure he is. Just like sure she is. These people are completely fine with what they've done. You know, I know that Emmitt Till's family have to do what they got to do to be able to sleep at night. To this day, when you see the pictures of Emmitt Till's mangled corpse, it is traumatizing to this day when you think that was a 14-year-old boy and what you see in that picture is unrecognizable. And God bless his mother, Emmitt Till, who had the wherewithal to say, I want the whole world to see what they did to my son. I want people in England, France, Germany, Africa, Asia, Eurasia, Australia, South America, Canada. It don't matter. I want everybody to see what America did to my son. Because without that, we may not have Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Ella Baker and all these people who are working, but the Emmitt Till case gave all of them a launching point. Just like George Floyd, unfortunately, was the launching point for a lot of scammers like the Black Lives Matter queens. But fortunately, in the case of Emmitt Till, what his death launched was a revolution, a cultural revolution in a lot of ways. And my life and the life of everybody in my generation, I am a millennial. I'm probably, well, I guess I'd be the second generation of people. Well, no, I guess I'd be the first generation of people as somebody born in the 80s who has never lived in a world with legalized segregation in it. That is something that my parents can't say. That is something that my grandparents can't say. I live in a world today that has never, ever had legalized Jim Crow in it. We may have the new Jim Crow with the prison industrial complex of mass incarceration, but I have never had to live life in the world that Emmitt Till did. And I thank God for all those people who from 1619 fought every step of the way, from Oluda Equiano to Nat Turner to Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, Frederick Douglass, Booker T, Garvey, Du Bois. You know, we talked about Harry Belafonte and Paul Robeson, MLK, Martin Luther King, all these people, the Black Panthers, all these people fought every step in the way so that I could say here in 2022 that I have never, my generation, a whole generation of people, has never lived in a world with legalized Jim Crow in it. Thank you to all our ancestors and everybody who fought. And we got to go to a break, folks. My last break. Signing off when I get back.